Today I'm going to speak about death penalty and why it needs to be abolished. I've researched both sides of this controversy and need to abolish death penalty is of strong support. First, I would like to explain the cost of death penalty and its ineffectiveness and the issue of human rights it arouses. First, let me explain the cost of death penalty. According to Richard Cedar, the executive director of the Death Penalty Information Center, almost all of death penalty cases cannot afford their own lawyer. The state has to provide for them. The expenses include death penalty, legal cost, trial cost, jury selection cost, insurrection cost, and appeal cost. For example, from 1982 to 1997, countries have been spending 1.6 billion on appeal court trials. According to Catherine Baker, her article, Budgeting Repercussions of the Capital Convention had all cases that cannot afford a great attorney usually got off with their crime. For example, Casey Symphony and O.J. Simpson both had great lawyers and got away with their crime. Therefore, poor and minorities get death penalty because they can't simply afford a great lawyer to fight for their justice. Now, as I've told you about the cost of death penalty, let me explain what the risks that come along with it. There's a risk of killing the innocent. There was news in the story about a man named Tory Davis who was put to death but still trying to prove his innocence. 7 out of 9 witnesses that told they saw that Davis killed a police officer in 1991 recanted their testimony. This caused the appeal to be denied in the Supreme Court, and Davis was killed on September 21, 2011. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, 138 people have been exonerated in 26 states from death row with the proof of innocence. This proves before the advances in technology like DNA testing, justice system works and is still capable of making mistakes. Inefficiency of death penalty is another point of address. Supporters of death penalty say that death penalty is an incentive that can stop someone from killing. For example, if someone is crazy enough to kill someone, do you really think they're afraid of or worries about their life being taken away? Also, most of these murderers commit suicide after killing someone. Therefore, do you really think death penalty is efficient? On an article in Capital Punishment, statistics show that states with death penalty show higher rates of murder than with states without them. Also, supporters believe death penalty provides justice to the family of the victim, regardless of what happens to the killer. The family will never go behind their back. Regardless of what happens to the killer. And even after the killer is given the death penalty, do you really think the family members will have the ability to replace the loss of their loved ones? No. Also, the family of the killer is going to lose their loved ones. Death penalty goes against our 8th Amendment right, which arouses the issue of human rights. There's a pattern of racial bias, and which is clearly unconstitutional. Also, the message sent is we are going to kill someone for killing. That doesn't make sense and contradicts the whole idea of our constitution. In conclusion, I've told you about the cost, risk, and the question about human rights that is aroused by death penalty. 32 states with death penalty show that there are higher rates of murder than those without them. And now it is my question to ask you, is death penalty really worth it? Does it make sense? Thank you.